Hey everybody, welcome to the Profit Cleaners podcast. Doing a little behind the scenes action today. We're actually in the office, but we're going to be showing you guys in this episode some behind the scenes content from our paid marketing course, our 10x sales and marketing course, which you can pick up on the profitcleaners.com website. But essentially guys, we're going behind the scenes. We're going to show you some of the stuff that our paid members are getting access to, obviously. We can't release all of it here, but we're gonna give you guys a little sneak peek so you can kind of see what we've been working on the last year. This is essentially all the behind the scenes strategies, sales techniques, methodology, ideology, whatever you wanna call it, that gets us in the door, that gets us attracting the right customers, getting in front of the right people, and then closing those customers and growing almost on autopilot, setting up the right system. So you're gonna get to meet Matt, our in-house sales guy. You're gonna get to see kind of how we go through some of the general stuff. We're gonna go into some of the rebuttals and some of these. So it's kind of a two-part release. We're doing a part one, part two to release this to show you guys kind of what we're doing in the course. But if you like it, pick up the course. There's a whole lot more. There's hours and hours of content. But guys, this is essentially how we went from 0 to 7 figures. Now we're gonna do over $2 million this year in 2021 doing house cleaning. So this is totally possible, guys. This is totally achievable. You just gotta model success, take the right actions, guys, set up the right marketing, set up the right systems. And guys, the good part is once you set up these systems in the marketing, 90% of the work's up front. And at this point in the game, in our business, we just have great customers coming in on autopilot. So if you want to create that for your business, check out these sales sections. It's going to help you close more sales, get way more winning customers into your business. And if you like more of this, pick up the course. You're going to get way more of this kind of content. So until we see you guys on the inside, check it out. Hope you get a ton of value, and we'll see you guys soon. Keep it clean.
Grow your cleaning business. Make more money. Have more time. This is the Profit Cleaners Podcast with your hosts, Brandon Condry and Brandon Shane.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sales Advice and Knowledge module. I am Brandon Shane. This is
Brandon Condry.
And I have a special guest. We have a special guest for you guys today in the studio. This is our in-house sales dude who is proficient in the sales processes, who makes us a lot of our money when we have customers coming in the door and they want to sign up, but they don't know what to do to sign up. So this is Matt. So welcome, Matt.
Howdy.
Matt Robbins.
Welcome. Thanks, guys.
Matt Robbins.
Yeah.
So today, guys, we're just going to start in this video, just kind of an introduction to the sales module, and we're going to kind of overview what we're going to talk about in this section. So just wanted to start off saying that sales in general is a very, very important part of your cleaning business, your service business, and it's often overlooked. And it's truly the lifeblood of your business because it's what makes everything go, and it's what makes the customers come on board, and it's really a huge part of your business. Would you agree, Matt? Right?
Absolutely, 100%. I think, one of the reasons you guys brought me on was you couldn't keep up with the amount of inbound calls you had coming in, people wanting to get estimates, and it was it's hard to run a business and also juggle your sales process at the same time. So
yeah, absolutely,
definitely an important component of the biz.
Right.
Yeah, and why don't you just tell everybody like a little bit about your background, Matt, like in sales, because Matt isn't just like some guy off the street we found, just like, hey Matt, sell some cleaning services for us. He's got a background in sales, and he's transitioned that into this business, and I think he's doing phenomenal. Like Brandon was doing sales for us in the beginning, and he's great at sales too. But I would say Matt, I don't want to say he's better than you, but he's awesome.
I'll say I'm better.
I'll also say that he's better than me. Yeah, I'll say he's better than me. No, I mean I can do sales. I did sales. It was just never my favorite thing to do. In my previous sort of sales roles that I had other jobs, I never was super into it. It just wasn't something that I enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
And then when we got busier and busier and busier, we had it down to like 1 day a week where we would take on potential new customers, which was just stifling growth. So it just made sense to jump ship. And so that's where we turned to Matt. So tell us what your background in sales has been. And
yeah, I started, honestly, probably one of my first jobs was sales. I was working at American Eagle in the mall, and I was 16 years old probably, and they had, if somebody was interested in buying one piece of clothing item, you'd try and talk them into another, because if they bought two, you get a bonus or a spiff or whatever they called them. And so, or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever, so you try and sell them a pair of socks that goes with that sweater. And so that honestly was probably my first experience with the sales process and trying to add on, stuff to sell additional things to a customer. And honestly, looking back, I've pretty much had a sales job ever since. Whether it was, I worked at Sunglass Hut, I sold long distance over the phone. I sold software for 16 years, all kinds of different sales positions. Tried selling cars for a little while. And even positions where I didn't necessarily think it was a sales gig, I realized there was, looking back on it, there were incentives and things that were put in place to try and get you to sell.
Right.
As a bank teller at Wells Fargo, there was some sales component involved there that I kind of excelled at.
Yeah.
And,
have you considered opening a credit card today?
Right, exactly. Or, hey, you got a checking account, you want to open a savings account type of thing. And it just has always sort of come naturally to me. It's something I enjoy. I get a kick out of kind of driving myself. I think that's a key component for a salesperson is you have to have that inner drive to beat last month's numbers, to try and beat, you're always kind of trying to beat yourself. You're not necessarily, it's all just a competition with yourself for the most part.
Yeah.
Especially when you are the only salesperson in an organization.
Yeah.
Right.
So, man, it's something that I've always loved. I've always been pretty decent at it. It kind of comes naturally to me. There's certainly things that I've worked on to get better at. I've taken some sales courses over the years, read some books, things like that. But that's sort of my background, my history. And as soon as I met Brandon, I was always bugging him to bring me on board because I loved what you guys were doing and really wanted to be a part of kind of a company from the ground floor and kind of watch it grow and have me be involved in building that company. So it's been fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just a funny side note, because I moved into the same neighborhood as Brandon, and then we started our cleaning business, and then Matt, I don't know when you moved in to the neighborhood.
I think
up the
before
street,
you guys.
but he was
Yeah,
there
before you, not before.
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And so, actually, Matt was one of our first customers, and we totally screwed up his house, and it was like a huge bunch of damage. I don't know, it was a learning experience.
That was our biggest
Yeah.
damage claim ever. We scratched
All my
10
brand
grand
new
worth of
appliances.
brand new
Yep.
appliances. Oops. But hey, if that's not a testament to how good we were that we can wreck your appliances and you'll still come work for us, then I don't know what is.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that was a big part of the sales, process that we learned there too. Is just when you screw up in sales, you got to make it right.
Absolutely.
And we did make it right, and so much so that Matt is still wanting to work with us. He's not pissed off at us anymore, and we made it right. So, so that's really key, I think, in sales and in general. And so I guess in this part of the course, guys, I just wanted to run through what we're going to cover. Is we're going to talk about general stuff, general knowledge, and sales psychology and strategies and things like that. But we're also going to cover kind of how we transitioned from our in-person estimates, which Brandon was doing probably 95% of it, and I did a few early in the day as well. We used to only go into people's houses, and when the pandemic kind of hit and that all changed and everyone started using Zoom, we transitioned to Zoom estimates, digital estimates. So we're going to talk about that here in the upcoming modules. Also, just Matt in general is going to kind of overview his script that he uses, kind of how he talks to customers, or leads, I guess they'd be before they become customers, and objections, how you handle them, right, and things that you say, because a lot of this is very nuanced, kind of, things that are psychological or subtle, things that people aren't even realizing you're doing when you're doing sales, because a lot of it's secret kind of stuff, right? But it's very important that you learn these things, and important you learn what to say. So how to handle those objections, just how to sign up more customers in general, and different ways you can increase sales through add-ons, or different ways you can promote ongoing, people get more frequency, or offers and things you can do. And then what else? We're going to talk about just some of Matt's secrets to success. He's got some really cool insights. His follow-up system is really key. And just some of the other things that he'll tell us some other stories. He's got a cool square footage lookup story that will, just some things that you're gonna encounter in the estimates that are gonna throw you for a loop. But Matt's gonna cover pretty much all those and how you can handle that. And we're also gonna cover pricing to get more customers, and pricing objections, red flags, right? We're gonna talk about red flags and problem customers that you just want to completely avoid altogether.
Yeah.
And
if at all possible.
Yeah, and then just how to get more in front of more people, and how to close more people, especially in a competitive market or in an uncertain market, maybe like we're in more like now. So that's
So
pretty much
stay
it.
tuned. We're going to cover all that in the next couple sets of videos.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys, and keep clean.
Thanks for joining us today. To get more info, including show notes, updates, trainings, and super cool free stuff, head over to profitcleaners.com. And remember, keep it clean.